Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. We're here with this beautiful red AP1 S2000. Very clean. It's got a JDM S2000 motor. The original motor got damaged, so it was replaced with this one. My boy Sheldon, whose car it is.
Main man over there.
He replaced the engine, something happened to it, so he ended up replacing it. What are you doing? What are you doing?
I tripped over this thing, man. What year is this, Sheldon?
Huh?
What year is this? 2000?
Yeah.
This thing is super clean. The red is just
Popping.
the main thing about this car. This thing stands out crazy. Bone stock, see the stock intake, stock headers. It still had the heat shield. We had to remove the heat shield. Actually, heat shield is right there. So yeah, we're gonna be turboing this within the next few days. So another boosted S2000 for the channel. We got Theo's S2000, and now it's gonna be this one. So these are the parts that Sheldon bought for the S2000 to boost it. This is his turbo manifold. Where you got the turbo manifold again?
I think it's an eBay. Is that on eBay?
Right, like a PLM. It might be a PLM.
This thing is heavy. It's good quality.
Probably like a schedule. I think it's schedule 40.
Yeah.
It has dual wastegates, but we're actually gonna be blocking off one, just because it's overkill for a stock S2000. We don't need that. It's official Garrett turbo. This is the model number and everything. What size turbo is this?
60 front.
60 trim in the front. Back housing's pretty. This thing is heavy.
63 back housing.
63 back housing. Teal wastegate, HKF super sequential. Got the spiral fans, keep this thing nice and cool. Don't want any overheating problems. The T3 to T4 plate. And a couple of other goodies. You know, AEM, post plates, fuel pump, everything OEM. This is a 3-bar map sensor. Everything we need basically here, and then the rest is up to us with the piping. 2.5 inch down pipe all the way back. You guys ready?
Let's go.
So we're gonna start off by taking the airbox off. You know, simple. You got a 10 here, right down here. I get another 10 I think back there somewhere. Hose clamp, airbox should come out, and then we're gonna start with the headers after. And then after that, we're gonna jack the car up as high as we could, so we could remove the headers from the bottom, because taking the headers out through here is like almost impossible. This is a little trick Sheldon taught us yesterday about S2000s. To remove the
hanger hook.
Remove the hood prop, whatever it's called, and you place it in a little hole right behind the fuse box, and now you could put it back there, so the hood is standing up straight, and now you have way more space and so much more lighting in the engine bay. So right now I'm taking out this tent that I was telling you guys about. You got these hoses connected to everything, so you want to remove these hoses. You got this 10 right here for the box itself.
You have another 10 right back here.
we got this sensor here, plug. So whatever you see that's connected to it, you just want to remove the boxes out.
So now we'll be taking off the top bolts for the exhaust manifold.
Like a man.
I'm trying. These things are on there. You know, Sheldon put them on tight when he replaced the engine.
Back to the ratchet piece. So right now I'm taking off these 5 Allen head bolts for the bumper, so we can start removing the bumper.
All the nuts are removed from the exhaust manifold, and we're going to remove the bumper and a couple other accessories, and then we're going to start jacking this bad boy up.
How come we're changing the post plates on this?
We're going to be running a K-Pro, a V4, so in order for it to work, the post plates have to be changed. So we need to change the crank sensor and the cam sensor also with these right here. These are the part numbers. Cam and crank. And then the crank and the cam post plates. And that's how you could use the Honda's K-Pro on this same setup I have on mine. AP1, AP2 you could use a Flash Pro. So it's easy, just plug it into the OBD port and that's it. These are a little more complex, so.
Just because it's an AP1.
Just because it's AP1.
So right now I'm taking off the Serpentine Belt. So what you want to do is you got a 14 bolt right here on the tensioner. So I got 2 open wrenches. I got one over just for torque. Just it's easier to push. You want to push and just pull the belt off. And that's that. Now that the belt is off, it's easier for us to get to the crank pulley, so we can loosen that. After you get the 10 bolt off, this what you want to do is you want to pop the clips out. These have bumper clips, so all you gotta do is pull it a little bit. Don't pull too rough. Be easy with it and it'll pop out of place. It's a little tricky, you just don't want to force it because then you could break the bumper or the clip. It sounds like it popped out.
So with the S2000s, you have that right there. It's a little tab that holds the plastic bumper. It retains it. It's like a little groove. And then pop it up right there. And then you pull it off. So this is the tab.
That's the little tab it clips onto.
It clips right there. So you gotta really, you can do 2 things. You could try to push it in
And go
and
up
then
with it.
pull it up a little bit and then pop it out. But if you can't, just try to get a small flathead in there and just pop it, push in,
Bring the bumper up over the little lip that's there.
pull it up with the tip of the flathead and then pull it back out.
So next we're gonna jack this thing up in the air to take the rest of the bumper off. From the bottom we got a few screws, and then back to removing the header.
So we got the vacuum box right here. We just have to remove it because it's in the way of us removing the crank pulley. we're using 2 breaker bars, 19mm socket, and the old trusty Honda crank pulley removal tool. So we're going to show you how this works. You have to put this in the crank. There's a pattern for it, and then with this breaker bar on 19mm, this goes in the center. You hold back on the crank pulley, and then you crack loose the 19mm bolt. So we'll show you how to do that. Alright, so you got to put some tension on yours. Got it? Hold on. Just for precautionary purposes, we are going to put some rags over here so that way when we break it loose it doesn't hit anything.
Some more tension.
Alright, you got it? You got it?
Yeah.
Oh, snap. Need a bar. Here we go. Come on, Joe.
Sheldon, what you tying this thing with? There it goes. So we put the one that holds the pulley still against the shock tower, so that way it won't. It's on it and not moving while we pushed against the 19.
Yeah, this was on there.
Yeah, this thing was really on there. Never been taken off since Japan. So the bolt is out. Now it's time to take the pulley off. You always want to be careful pulling this off because of the wood rough key, whatever it's there it goes. That key right there. If you lose that, have fun. It's over for the motor if you lose that. So you always want to be careful with that and put it somewhere where you're not going to lose it. Alright, so the car is up off the floor. You got a jack on each side and 2 jack stands on the subframe. So we're gonna get to taking this bumper off and get to taking those headers off. Alright, so underneath the bumper you see you should have either 10s or star screws. But this bumper was taken off a couple of times. So you get a zip tie there, a screw here, there's a 10 here. So all of these little, the holes that you see should have bolts in. Alright, so when removing the bumper, you almost forgot, you have 2 10s to hold the bumper up. Right there, that's 1. Same thing on the other side. There's 2, you gotta take those 2 out. So this could free up, and then you could take the bumper off once you got the bottoms all out. The bottom is out, so let me get to that.
Yo, bro, what you doing? How you violating it? Come on, man. Yo, he is violating the right-hand drive, bro. Come on, man. How you do my car like that?
It's an AP2 bumper, man. It's better than
Yo, that's hurtful. Come on, Shell, don't support that.
I don't support that.
So missing some clips right here. It's alright, we'll put some clips on it. So right now we're gonna loosen that 14mm bolt that's holding the exhaust manifold to the frame. 2 seconds, man. That Milwaukee, bro. That Milwaukee.
So much for me, want to work hard.
It's almost off. So we're gonna test fit the turbo manifold. We're gonna send it up to the bottom mount it in place, see what we gotta cut, see what we gotta trim, see what we gotta adjust, and yeah, that's it. Wow.